See me 27 freshly single and running on spite, and instant ramen needs somewhere cheap, fast, and not a couch at my buddy's place. Find a room for rent in a townhouse in Raleigh. Owner is a 44-year-old woman, just me and her living there. No other roommates. First week, we barely exchange more than hey and night. I get home from my shift. She's planted on the couch every single evening. Some reality show marathon on loop. Not watching TV, more like studying it, 8-9 episodes back to back. Like it's a second job, one wine glass on the coffee table, phone in hand the whole time, scrolling between scenes I keep to my room. New space, new rules. Don't want to be the weird guy hovering in the common area one night. I'm in the kitchen making chicken and rice. She comes in, still half-dressed for work, blazer on, but heels in her hand like she ripped them off in the car. Lets out this huge exhale like she's been holding it since 9 a.m. and immediately starts unloading. Boss is an idiot. Co-workers are snakes. Office politics, how she basically drags her whole department across the finish line. I'm just flipping chicken and nodding. Hit her with the occasional damn and that sucks. She's on a roll, hands waving, pacing by the counter. Then she stops. Mid-sentence looks at me like she just noticed. I'm a person, says I'm a really good listener, tells me it's weirdly validating. And I'm standing there with a spatula like, cool, glad my face is useful. She asks about my dating life. I tell her I just got out of a relationship, moved out, needed a place quick. That's why I'm here. She nods like she's filing it away in a cabinet labeled men. I awkwardly ask about hers, hesitate because she's mid-40s and single, and I'm not trying to step on a landmine. She smiles and says, she's seeing someone, says he's handsome, and her whole tone shifts, goes soft and floaty, like she's talking about a vacation. Says his name is Marcus. I ask if he lives around here. She says, yeah. In town, but he's really busy. A week later, I meet him. Honestly didn't expect him to be real. Shows up around 10 p.m. on a Thursday, mid to late 40s, maybe 47, confident walk. Nice jacket, clean shoes, expensive watch that screams, I want you to notice, brings a bottle of wine. Like he's in a commercial, immediately compliments her haircut. Like it was on a checklist, asks about my job. Like he's practicing being normal, charming in that controlled, polished way. Not warm, but smooth. You can see why someone would fall for it. She lights up around him like she's 24 again. Laughs louder, stands straighter. Starts fluttering around the kitchen, makes him this ridiculous steak sandwich. Like gourmet-level toasted bread, fancy aioli, sautéed onions, the whole thing. I've never once seen her cook anything besides microwave soup. When she's alone, Marcus only ever comes over late, never stays the night, always leaves before midnight like a vampire with a curfew. Next day, I'm cooking again, and here she comes into the kitchen with the same I need to talk at someone posture. Except now it's about him. Apparently, he told her he can't see her for a few weeks, needs to figure some stuff out. Classic. I ask how long they've been dating. She says on and off for 9 years. I almost drop the pan. She explains they met when she was 35, dated seriously for about a year. Then he wasn't ready, so they split. Then he came back. Then they tried again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I ask if she dated other guys in between. She says she tried once or twice, but she compared everyone to Marcus and ended it fast, and every time he showed back up, she'd drop whoever she was talking to, like they never existed. I ask if they were actually official. She says yes, but he kept her a secret because of his family that sets off alarms in my skull. I press a little. Careful, she says, his family is super religious. They want him to date within their faith. She laughs it off like it's a tiny inconvenience, like, oh, well. Families? My brain starts connecting dots. He's late 40s, never public, but he is genuinely charming. Remembers details about her job, asks about her big project texts. Her good morning. Sometimes does just enough effort to keep the hook in for a second. I'm like, maybe I'm just being cynical. Maybe they have some weird understanding. Maybe she's fine with this setup, but then I see it the heartbreak sitting right under her smile. Next 3 weeks, he doesn't show at all. She's on the couch every night, doom-scrolling his Instagram, zooming in on tagged photos like she's enhancing security footage, checking comments, checking who liked what, checking if he's online. Pint of ice cream almost every night. She keeps saying he's just stressed. He'll come back. He always comes back, and right on cue, he does random Tuesday night, shows up all apologetic talks about pressure, talks about everything he's dealing with, says all the right, vague phrases. She melts instantly. Cycle resets like someone hit a button. Later I ask if she has kids. She gets weird for a second and says no, then adds that Marcus wants kids. Someday. She says she doesn't know how they'd do it. Maybe adoption, maybe something else. And all I can think is, this dude ate nearly a decade of her life, and now the window's basically closed, fed her hope in tiny measured doses, but I'm also irritated at her. How can someone be this smart at work and this helpless about one guy? Why would a man who treats her like a secret suddenly decide to settle after 9 years? It's obvious to everyone except her. One specific time, he cancels dinner. Last minute says, family emergency. She cries for 2 straight days, puffy eyes, barely eating. Living in sweatpants. Then 2 weeks later, he's back. Acting like nothing happened. Like the tears were some kind of weather event that passed. This goes on for almost 5 months, while I'm there late evenings. Only, never weekends, never birthdays, never holidays, always an exit time. Finally, one night she tells me. He ended it, says he's not coming back this time. She's wrecked. Voice shaky, eyes red, still trying to sound composed. I carefully say, maybe it's for the best. Maybe she deserves someone who chooses her publicly. She snaps at me flat out, says, no. He always comes back. He can't resist her. Says it like it's gravity. Like it's a rule of the universe. And I've seen this with girls my age too. They latch onto a guy who clearly doesn't pick them. Guy keeps them in the maybe pile, and they build an entire fantasy around someday. 6 months later. My lease is up, and I move out during that whole stretch. After the breakup, Marcus never showed once. Not a text, not a surprise visit, nothing but every night. She still checked her phone like it owed her an answer. I think about my own breakup. Sometimes how easy it is to keep holding on to a person who's already gone. Obsession doesn't care how old you are, and the creepiest part is knowing she's probably still waiting anyway.